Now the US has entered the war between Israel and Iran. It won't be just bombs dropping overseas, it'll be a large financial bomb dropped right into your life. We're talking $8 gas, food prices doubling, market crashes, and your taxes going through the roof. And all of this, well, that could kick off any day now. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This is halfway across the world. What's it got to do with me? And the answer is everything. Because now America sent its first missile into Iran, Wall Street will begin to panic, oil markets will explode, and your wallet will take a direct hit. And you've seen it before: Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria. Every time we jump into another conflict, you pay in higher gas, higher debt, and higher stress. So let me ask you something. Does it make sense to risk our economy, our credit system, and our future on a war that we didn't start? So, welcome to the Financial Freedom Network, the channel that exposes the truth behind your money, your credit, and your future. If you care about keeping more of your hard earned cash, boosting your credit score, and staying ahead of the financial curve, smash that like button and subscribe right now. Trust me, every video that we release could change the way that you live. So buckle up because this one's no exception. So let's dive straight in. So let's start with what you'll feel first: gas. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil moves through that tiny stretch of ocean. If Iran even threatens to close it, crude oil prices will skyrocket. Brent crude could very well surge past $130 a barrel. And that's $7 to $8 gas at the pump, and not just in California. Diesel, well, that crushes shipping companies, which means everything from bread to baby formula suddenly becomes much more expensive. And it's already happening. Oil markets are reacting right now just from the tension alone. Imagine the spike now that the actual bombs have dropped. And if you're someone who commutes to work, you drive Uber or you deliver packages or you run a small business, well, this isn't some abstract concern. It's money out of your pocket immediately. Now, let me tell you something that politicians won't. Wars are paid for with your money, not just the bombs and planes, but veterans' care, interest on borrowed war funds, and global reconstruction. Iraq and Afghanistan cost us over $6 trillion when it was all said and done. And this one could cost even more. So, where do you think that money is going to come from? Well, it's borrowed from you, your kids, and your grandkids. It weakens the dollar and it makes everything else, like healthcare, housing, and groceries, even more expensive than they are now. So, what do we do to pay for it? Well, we print more money. And when we print more money, guess what? Inflation punches you in the face. So, markets love certainty, and this war would erase all of that. Stock portfolios, retirement accounts, well, gone soft overnight. People will dump risky assets, investor panics, 401ks plummet, and your retirement shrinks while Wall Street gets bailout plans ready. Does that sound familiar? If you own crypto, real estate, or ETFs, you're exposed. Even safe havens like bonds may lose value short term if rates spike to control inflation. And guess who wins during that chaos? Defense contractors, oil billionaires, and hey, that's about it. But for the average American, it's market volatility, frozen lending, and a brutal squeeze on everyday investors. Now, of course, war means borrowing and debt means interest. So, to control inflation and finance military spending, the feds will be forced to raise rates yet again. If you thought 8% mortgage rates were high, try 10%. Car loans, personal loans, even credit cards. Everything begins to get much more expensive, and even student loans get hit. Monthly payments rise, approvals drops, and defaults spike. So if you're rebuilding credit, well, this environment will be an absolute nightmare. Now, if this already feels overwhelming, that's the point. But knowledge is power and preparation is everything. So if you value content that keeps you financially ahead of this curve, Like this video and subscribe right now. We break all this down in ways the media won't because your wallet deserves to know the truth. So, Middle East instability doesn't just raise oil prices, it disrupts global shipping, especially anything that's routed near the Persian Gulf. Electronics, plastics, pharmaceuticals, and guess where we manufacture half the ingredients for American medicine? Overseas. If Hormuz becomes a war zone, it's not just oil, it's everything that stops moving. Shelves will go empty, prices will go up, and suddenly getting antibiotics feels like Black Friday at Walmart. Now, remember when war hit the headlines? Fear hits the economy. People stop spending, they start saving. Now, that might sound smart, but in mass, it kills business. Entrepreneurs suffer, retail collapses, and small businesses fold. Credit repair clients, well, even with good scores, they might be denied because lenders get very skittish. Underwriting tightens. And even qualified borrowers get told, sorry, but we're not lending right now. Now let's go deeper. If America ramps up military involvement, we're one national emergency away from selective service activation. Now, I'm not saying a draft is guaranteed, but it is legally on the table. So 18 to 25-year-olds take note. Even without a draft, war absorbs workers, military recruitment spikes, which means less labor at home and more hiring pressure on businesses. What happens when truckers, techies, and tradesmen disappear, or jobs go unfilled, wages spike, then inflation hits yet again. So it's a vicious economic loop, and the average person, well, they get crushed in it. Look, this video isn't about fear mongering. This is about financial forecasting. If the US enters this war fully, the costs won't just be felt in Tehran or Tel Aviv, they'll be felt in Tampa, in Toledo, in your taxes, your bills, and your gas tank. And you deserve to be ready because this war might be political, but its consequences will be very personal. So here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment below. Should America stay out of this war or back Israel at any cost? And make sure you smash that like button and subscribe because the decisions made in the next few weeks might very well reshape your financial future for decades ahead. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, stay smart, stay prepared, and stay financially free. And I'll see you guys on the next one.